Welcome to Bald Women 2020. Please like and subscribe, and we hope you enjoy our latest video. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hayley and I'm here to speak to you today about the pros and cons of shaving your head. First, I'd like to give you a bit of an introduction of my journey with my shaved head. So, around about a month ago, on July the 6th, I got my head shaved. My best friend, who's a hairdresser, she shaved it all off for me, and it was a surreal and incredible experience. The reason I chose to get my head shaved was I decided to create a fundraiser for the Cancer Council here in Victoria, Australia, and I thought if I reach my goal of $750 of raised money, then I would shave my head in support of all those suffering from chemotherapy and cancer. So I actually achieved my goal and I exceeded it, and eventually I got up to about $1,100 of fundraised money, and I would love to thank everybody who donated. I am so appreciative of you all. Now, before I get into the pros and cons, I would like to insert a photo here of before my head was shaved, when I had long hair, and afterwards when my head was completely bald. And as you can see, it was quite a difference, but an amazing, liberating one. And now I'll be sharing with you the pros and cons of the experience that I've had with a bald head. We'll start with the cons first, and we'll leave the best till last. So, con number 1. Putting sunscreen on when you go outside for the first time after you get your head shaved. Now, if it's a really, really, really overcast rainy day, then it probably wouldn't matter so much, but I'm talking like the very, very sunny blue sky day. I just felt it was second nature for me to put on some sunscreen. I just felt I really needed to protect my scalp from sunburn, and I didn't even want to think about getting skin cancer down the track. So I felt I just needed to protect my exposed head. So it can feel very strange, especially when you have a sunscreen that might be a bit greasy or oily. It's a little bit uncomfortable to have, and if that's the only sunscreen you've got, then you sort of have to get used to it. But I put it in the cons list just because of the uncomfortable feeling and, just getting used to a big change, especially if you've had long hair for most of your life like me. The second con I've got is the Velcro-like feeling on your head when you first get it shaved. Now, what I mean by that is the coarseness and the ability of anything to get stuck in the middle of your head. So for me, right after I got my head shaved, there was a little tiny bit of hair, and people might get it completely shaven off, so they've just got the skin. But for me, I had maybe a millimetre or less of hair left, and so I felt that I couldn't even put my beanie on. I tried putting my beanie on like right afterwards, and it just got stuck, and it was pretty hilarious. I had to get my friend to help me put it on, and so that was something I really had to get used to, and pretty much any type of fabric would get stuck on it. Jumper, putting a t-shirt over your head, it was pretty funny, but a bit annoying as well. And if after a while you do decide to grow out your hair a little bit more, like I have, then it will be a lot more manageable and less Velcro-like. My last con would be possibly feeling a little bit insecure before or maybe a day or two after you get your head shaved. Now, I think a day or two before I was due to get my head shaved, I was worried about my head shape and what I might look like with no hair. I did know that the back of my head is a bit flat, and I was worried how that might look with no hair. But after I got shaved, it was not a problem. Nobody has commented on it, and I just got really used to it after a while. But you do get a little bit shocked at first when you look at yourself in the mirror and you have no hair. But after about a day or two, it really wears off and you start to feel the confidence again of yourself and a new beginning. Now, that's the end of the cons. I didn't really have a lot to complain about because it's a totally awesome experience and I recommend everyone to try it. Now, we'll go on to the pros. I have so much to say that is absolutely positive about this experience of shaving your head, but I've narrowed it down to 4, so here we go. Pro number 1, feeling beautiful and liberated. I think after you shave your head and all your hair is gone, you feel like a new woman. I definitely did. I felt like a new version of myself, and it just feels so freeing not having all that hair on your head and just letting your scalp breathe for a little bit. So I think that is a massive pro. Just feeling really beautiful and feeling like you can do anything now that you've shaved your head. My second pro would be super low maintenance. Now, if you're wanting to keep your head completely bald, then there might be a bit of maintenance with that, shaving your head maybe once a day or once a week. But if you're like me and you want it to grow back just a little bit, then there's basically no maintenance at all. You can wash it a little bit less and use very small amounts of shampoo and conditioner. You don't even have to brush your hair, which was a massive pro for me, since having long hair was very annoying, especially if you've had a bit of a sleep in and you have to brush all the tangles out of your hair. My third pro would be saving lots of money on hair products and going to the salon. Before my head was shaved, I had dyed it blonde, and due to the COVID crisis, it was starting to get a bit brassy, and I knew that I'd have to go back to get it redone, and it's a bit of a hassle and pretty expensive as well. So, as well as wanting to shave my head for cancer, I wanted to shave my head for the convenience of not having to worry about anything and saving a few pennies on having to buy conditioner and shampoo. So that is really, really awesome to be able to just have lots more money to spend on living expenses and other things. And my final pro would be, I believe that everybody looks beautiful with a bald head. I think some people might suit certain hairstyles and others might not, but when you have no hair there, I think anybody can suit that. And as long as you don't look like Nosferatu, you'll be totally fine. Thank you for watching my video. I hope I gave you a little bit of confidence and some inspiration to give shaving your head a go in the future. And when you do decide to shave your head, I wish you the very best of luck and happiness. See ya!